I don't have my glasses. All right. Well, welcome to the 40th monthly Tony's Acoustic Challenge Hangout. Today we're going to do a deep dive into Fingerpicks. I'm going to share with you all the nitty-gritty details that you need to know when purchasing Fingerpicks. I'm also going to share with you important details about the Fretboard Wizard enrollment period. And I'm going to give a guitar away. And there's so much more. And of course, we'll get to that right after this. My name is Tony Policastro. I'm part of an underground group of acoustic guitar enthusiasts you've probably never heard of. We're not here to play face-melting guitar solos or judge other guitar players. Our purpose is much greater than that. For us, it's about expanding our quality of life through music and having fun with our guitar, not just mastering it. Getting better at guitar is proof that we do have what it takes to be a guitar player, which means we can build stronger bonds with friends and create lasting musical family traditions. But if you asked a guitar snob or a music academic, they would turn up their nose and say their way is better. Yet this way of seeing the guitar is changing lives every single day. We follow a specific framework and set of values that keeps us focused on what matters most: human connection, constant progress, and fun. It's happening, and we call it living the acoustic life. This is our acoustic life, and these are our stories. All right, welcome to, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. Welcome to the 40th monthly Tony's Acoustic Challenge Hangout. I had to run downstairs and get my glasses. There's some steps involved. And let me tell you, whoa, baby. Welcome to the 40th monthly Tony's Acoustic Challenge Hangout. I cannot believe we are at our 40th Hangout. It's kind of crazy. And of course, with me today are the combined forces of Levi, and Noah. This is a new name as of yesterday's Acoustic Tuesday show.
Nonsense.
It's much easier for me to just say one name than it is the both. So especially with your 7-part name, Noah. So, well, welcome again to the monthly Hangout. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your time with us so far. And without further ado, I just want to dig right in. I've got a huge list of things today. In fact, I've got a checklist to keep me straight. I've got details about the 5-day bar chord challenge coming up, details about the Acoustic Tuesday show coming up. So there's a lot in store. But first, let's talk Fingerpicks. Okay, Fingerpicks. Usually we use them, I should say you can use them while fingerpicking your acoustic guitar. And I would encourage you to consider them. But they can be a little bit intimidating. So let me just kind of give you the very quick helicopter view of Fingerpicks, where you would use them, why you would use them. And really today I'm going to focus on just the Fingerpicks, but please do know that usually when fingerpicking on an acoustic guitar, or any guitar, using the aid of Fingerpicks, you're going to use them in conjunction with a thumb pick. But I really want to target the index and middle finger today, using Fingerpicks on those, because there's a lot of questions, and there's quite a bit of intimidation factor involved, especially if you've never used them. It's like that thing where you go to the store and you kind of want to ask the question, but you don't want to ask that one question that's going to pin you as, oh, that person knows nothing about Fingerpicks. Well, let me make that mistake for you. I was that guy. I went to Guitar Center in suburban Chicago. It was right outside of Schaumburg. I want to say it was in Elk Grove. And I asked about Fingerpicks. And I immediately went to the counter, and the guy brought out a tray of Fingerpicks, and I put them on like this. I want you to see this since we just finished Halloween. I put them on like this, and hopefully you guys can see this. But this is actually backwards. And it's ironic because you look at a fingerpick and you think, okay, well, it's supposed to replicate my fingernail. It should go on like fingernails do, right? That's actually not correct. The blade should actually be positioned on the pad of your finger, like so. So that's the first mistake I made that I don't want you to make. So I'm sharing it with you today. So that's kind of the first step is of course putting them on correctly. But let's back up even further. When getting Fingerpicks, I want you to think of it just like getting a regular flat pick. There's plenty of different materials, plenty of different sizes, plenty of different styles. And the same is true in the fingerpick world. Okay, there's really 3 main materials that you're going to run into. You're going to run into nickel silver, which is the silver colored one, brass, and plastic. And each of those materials is going to issue a different tone. And I'll do my best to convey that with you here today. But really, personal, just experimentation will be the best way to figure out which one is best for your purpose. Plastic, being the softest of the materials, is it's a very dulled tone, and I find the plastic finger picks relatively hard to control. But some people really like them. But they're kind of more of a muted tone, less articulate, less crisp, a little bit more quote-unquote fuzzy. And then you get brass and, of course, nickel, the two metal materials. And these two materials are close in terms of tone, but the brass offers a little bit more of a mellow, more round tone, whereas the nickel silver is a little bit more bright. So I prefer the brass. But again, that's just my preference. It's not that brass is the best or is better than the others. It's just my personal preference. It matches the tone that I like to get out of my guitars, and so that's what I go with. The next thing that you want to be considering when purchasing finger picks is gauge. It's true, gauge, really, truly. Finger picks come in different thicknesses, and I'm talking mostly the metal ones here because the plastic ones, I believe I've only seen really one thickness. But the metal ones come in different thicknesses, and with the different thicknesses, you get a different kind of a string feel. How does the pick feel against the string? The thinner the gauge, the more string you'll actually feel through the pick, but the less power and control you'll have. Whereas the thicker gauges, I've noticed, give a lot of volume and a lot of control in terms of being able to control the strings and the volume dynamically, but you don't really feel the string. So it's kind of, I've often equated it to trying to drive a car with two sticks in your hand instead of using your hand. It's very difficult because you have to learn how to feel the strings through the finger picks. And this is true regardless of material, regardless of gauge. But again, those thinner gauge picks do allow you to kind of sense the string a little bit better. Now on to sizing. This is probably the most difficult part of getting finger picks, but I don't mean difficult in that you shouldn't try it. I just want to give you some quick guidelines as to how I size my finger picks and, of course, how you can size yours. So when picking out finger picks, generally speaking, they are offered in one size. There is exceptions to this rule, please know that, but if you're looking at kind of the national finger picks or the pro pick finger picks, which are the two that I'll recommend, those come in one size, and you actually bend the pick to fit your finger. So here's how I like to size my finger picks. I like to imagine if my fingernail was to grow very long, which right now they actually are. I want the blade of the finger pick to actually meet where my fingernail would grow to. This gives me the most natural feel and basically makes it feel like I'm still using my fingernail, but obviously with the picks, I'm not. So first things first, the blade should extend to your fingernail. Why? Well, how do you achieve that? What if you put it on and the blade's sticking straight out? And what I'm referring to is the blade is the flat piece on the front. You can actually just bend it. Go ahead and put it on your finger and just bend it against a table or other hard surface until you reach that kind of desired feel, that desired pick blade curvature. Now, this is the way that I like my picks. And one special note as I was jotting notes down today is, you know, it depends on your picking hand approach. If you're more of a closed fist, kind of a tighter hand finger picker, you might want more curvature in the pick blades because you're kind of picking the strings at an up angle, and you really want that string to release solidly off the end of the pick. Whereas if you're more of an open hand player, you might be able to get away with those pick blades sticking out just a little bit away from your fingernail. So keep that in mind. It's really all dependent on pick hand approach. And then, of course, sizing the picks so that they don't fly off. Okay. Again, the table and or hard surface is going to come in handy here because what I like to do is once I get that blade positioned where I want it, I just go ahead and roll my fingers on the edges and just kind of clamp that pick down around my finger. Now, the picks that I have on right here are my go-to finger picks. They are the Pro Pick Split Band brass finger picks. So I of course, will recommend these because I really like them, but there's a whole plethora of finger picks out there. I specifically like the number 3s because they are the thicker gauge. In the Pro Pick terminology, they come in 1, 2, or 3. 1 being the thinnest, 2 being right in the middle, and 3 being the heaviest gauge. So that's it. Basically, get the blade where you want it, where it's comfortable for you, where it feels most natural, and then get those wraps nice and snug around the tip of your finger. And again, just simply bending the pick around your fingertip will allow you to do that. Now, why would you want to use finger picks in the first place? You know, like I love using my bare fingers when I finger pick. I have fingernails, I get good articulation, but there's a certain amount of drag that happens on my finger pads. The string grabs hold and doesn't let go as easily. But with a finger pick, it actually lets go much easier and you can actually play a little bit faster. Now, hear me out when I say this. I'm not saying once you go get finger picks, you're going to be able to play at Mach 10. All I'm saying is that the slick surface allows you to play faster once you get used to them. I also really enjoy using finger picks when I need the added articulation and volume. It's essentially like having 3 picks when you include the thumb pick. And whenever I play in a band setting or in a loud setting, I really like using finger picks because I can dig in a little bit more, pull extra volume out of my guitar, and each string speaks a little bit more clearly. So that's why I like to use finger picks. And just lastly, before I dive into your questions, because I want to get into your questions on finger picks. So if you have any of those kind of in your head right now and you haven't jotted them down or commented in the comments, please do so. Lastly, I want to share with you some specialty picks that are out there that are a little bit outside the realm of what we talked about today, but certainly things that I think you should be aware of and should maybe try if this is something you want to experiment with. They are as follows. The John Pierce High Rider finger pick. This is a finger pick that actually clamps down further on your finger to give you a little bit more control and a little bit more power on the actual pick stroke. Acri picks, I believe the spelling is A-C-R-I, picks, P-I-C-K-S. These are supposedly very comfortable. I have never tried them, but a lot of players that I know and a lot of players that I admire use them. They look a little weird. They look like spaceships, so I haven't tried them yet because I like my Pro Picks, but I wanted to offer it to you in case that was something that came across your radar. Also, Alaska picks. These actually do go on like fingernails. The Alaska picks are built almost as a way to extend your fingernail without getting nail extensions, without going to the nail shop. What do they call those places, you guys?
Nail shop?
You know, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So Alaska picks are like kind of like fingernail extensions. They hook onto the outside of your fingernail, and actually the pick blade hooks underneath your existing fingernail no matter how long. So that's one to keep on your radar. Finger tone picks, which are made by Pro Pick, and essentially with finger tone picks, the blade portion of the finger pick is cut out, just leaving kind of an outline. This way you can actually still feel the strings on your fingertip, but get that articulation of the metal as the string releases from the pick. Those are actually really cool. If you try regular finger picks and you feel like, these, I can't even feel the string, this is weird, the finger tone picks are a great option. And again, those are made by Pro Pick. Also, the Freedom finger pick made by Fred Kelly, which also looks like a spaceship. It's like a plastic shell that you put on your entire fingertip and it simulates an actual fingernail. And last but certainly not least, these are brand new to me. I've never tried them. They're called butterfly picks. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure how they work, but according to the picture that I saw, it's kind of a metal ring that outlines your finger. So I'm assuming it gives you some articulation and some sort of a real string feel on your finger pads. So that's it. So now you know how to select a finger pick, how to size it, and now I'm hoping that you'll be less afraid if you want to try finger picks, because I can tell you that feeling of wanting to ask the question in the guitar store but not feel like you don't know anything, I'm very familiar with that feeling, and that's what kind of held me back from trying finger picks early on. But once I got over that and I said, you know what, I'm going to ask the questions, it was really nice to be able to start exploring different things. So now that you have some information, you can hop on into your store and even try some out on some guitars and things like that.
Awesome, Tony.
Thank you, Levi. There was pointing going on. I wasn't sure if you were pointing at me or what was happening.
He was pointing at me.
Oh, okay.
We wanted to do some shout-outs if you have a second, Tony. So there's a ton of people on.
Please,
Lots
I can't
of people
see the screen.
Are chatting it up and saying hey. So just want to give shout-outs to Jeff S., Leah Beth, Bob Garrity, PB Santos, Julie Lassiter, Doshark 1, Chuck Horan, Bill S., Carol M., David Schmidt, Don Howard, John Mark, Paul Hudson, George Wooden, Mark McGee, Stephen Crutchley, John James, David M., Michael, Donna Ray, Ken Elliott, Buddy Young, Kate Hamilton in Monroe, Washington. That's where I grew up. So.
Oh, no way,
awesome.
really?
Pretty much, yeah, about 20 minutes from there.
I didn't know that.
Jurgen Matten, Tim O'Donnell, Sharon T., Gina G., Mark H., Arva, Steve Perry, Wendell Still, Steve B., Claudia Morrow, Kathy H., Randy, Louis G., Pete, Greg Fisher, Paul Murphy, Joe Rigg, Stephen Cotton, Timothy V., Beverly Maddox, Robert Clark, Aaron Mitchell, Howard G., Michelle, and Paul Richards. Just wanted to give you guys a shout out for saying hey. Yeah, lots of people here with us, and if you haven't said hey, go ahead and say hey in the chat.
Holy smokes, that's great. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for being here with us today. That's outstanding. I want to do a compound shout out. I want to just give a digital high five to Erin Mitchell. I know she was just in Nashville recording, so hopefully that experience was amazing. I tried to follow on the Facebooks, and it looks like you had a bunch of fun. So kudos to you for just going for it. I think that's outstanding. So digital high fives, thumbs up, kudos, and a whole dose of holy smokes. Yeah. Do we have any questions?
We do.
All right.
Let me throw some questions out to you there, Tony.
Throw them lightly. I'm not fully caffeinated as of yet.
So a big one that came in, and maybe this is an easy answer. Is there any way for the folks to see a close up of the Fingerpicks that you had?
Levi,
are we able to do that?
Yeah, you'd have to actually hold them down lower.
Okay, I'll hold them
earlier.
Can I just put them in front of this paper? Will that help?
Sure. Let's find out.
All right.
There you go.
See those?
Yeah,
so that's
kind of like spin them around because.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can stand this paper up. Look at that. So this part is the blade, this kind of flat part, and then the wrap is around my fingertips there. And as I was talking about sizing them, basically just bending that blade on a desk or other hard surface works great. And then the same thing is true for those. The same thing is true for those wraps. Back more.
Towards you, so it's
more
in focus.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So those wraps just kind of cling to the side of your fingertip, but you can just bend those down on a desk. So that's basic kind of placement. Now, just so I can illustrate how I thought Fingerpicks were applied was like that. So that's a really common mistake, and don't even feel bad if you think that's the way or you thought that was the way, because I did too, quite frankly. But it's actually that blade part will go against your finger pad, just like that. So hopefully that gives a clearer picture for you guys. Sorry to confuse you if I did.
Awesome.
All right, moving on. Jeff asks, Tony, what do you think of the open Fingerpicks? Finger pad exposed, finger pick outlines the finger.
I think I like those, and again the Finger Tone Pro Picks are one that come to mind that I mentioned. Those butterfly picks look like they do the same thing, and also I want to say there's a brand that does a plastic version of that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I like if you're the type of player that just has to feel the string. I think those are a great compromise because you still get the string feel on the pad of your finger, but you get that extra snap and crispness off the edge of the finger pick itself. So again, what Jeff is talking about is essentially the blade is cut out so that just kind of the outline of the pick blade remains. So you're still able to feel that pick on the pad of your finger, but get that release of and that kind of articulation off the end of the pick. I think they're great. They're not as durable because they can be flimsy. I tend to pick pretty hard, so if you find yourself really digging in, you might experience some difficulties with those, but they're definitely worth a try if you like feeling the string on your finger.
Hey, before you go to the next question, Noah, I was just going to do a quick feature on the dart cam just for fun. Check that out. There's the dart cam. It's ready to go. Right? little anticipation.
Well, what's that for?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Tony.
Levi, what's that for?
It's
That's
for,
how-
yeah, go ahead.
That's how I give away a guitar. I throw everybody that completed the practice plan last month, October. Their picture is on there. It's on there. There's actually a ton of pictures on there. I was blown away. I was printing it off. I was like, holy smokes, this is a major deal. So once the faces are printed on the paper, I go ahead and throw a dart at the lovely faces, and whomever the dart lands on wins themselves a brand new GS Mini, shipped straight to your door, just for your commitment to practice and overall awesomeness-ativity, which is a new descriptor. So that's the dart cam. That's a quick explanation of the dart cam. Noah, what else is on the question list?
Yep. Well, let's keep going. I'm taking some more down here. All right. Ginny asks, what kind of music do you play with Fingerpicks? I haven't seen anyone using them.
Great question. So anything that you finger pick, meaning like if you finger picked, here, I'll actually give you a quick demonstration. So I'll play a little passage of Freight Train without finger picks, and then I'll throw them on, and then you can kind of hear the difference. So Freight Train. So that's without, and then with finger picks, you'll notice the tone. Well, I won't tell you what you're going to notice. I'll just play it, and then we'll talk about it. So here's it. Here's the same song with finger picks. So it's much more volume and a little bit more articulation on each of the strings. It's not good or bad, it's just different. So depending on, maybe there's a song that, actually I want to just demonstrate one more thing. Maybe there's a song that you really want the melody notes to speak. You may try using finger picks and a thumb pick because the higher strings tend to speak a little bit louder and a little bit more clearly. Another thing that I wanted to mention is I mentioned that finger picks actually allow you to play a little bit faster because they're slicker. The surface is slicker. So if you're doing something like a banjo roll, something like a... It actually facilitates a little bit more speed because the surface is slicker.
You know what I heard, Tony?
What did you hear?
Sounded like with the finger picks, you got some more high end coming out.
Yeah,
of
it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more clarity, and that's what's when I refer to playing with a band, because the guitar is such a mid-range instrument. It has a tendency to get buried. You know, you got bass, or let's say in a bluegrass setting, you got bass, mandolin, banjo, all competing for the same sonic slice of pie. Finger picks on the guitar actually allow you to cut through just a little bit more clearly because of that added high end, for sure.
All right, another question?
I trust your ear now, Noah.
But not before. But now, though.
Never before. But
Yeah.
All right, Kathy asks, what's the range of cost for these finger picks?
Great question. The nationals, the kind of the basic national finger picks are on the cheaper end. I think you can get a handful of them. So you're going to need 2, minimum 3 if you want to experiment. To get 2 or 3, it's probably going to cost you maybe $5-6. That's on the low end of the spectrum. On the higher end of the spectrum are those Acri picks that I mentioned. Those I want to say that it's like $30 or $40 for a set. And those are certainly an anomaly. I wouldn't say that they're all like that, but I would say, generally speaking, get prepared to spend $10 to $12, especially if you're in the pro pick realm. Those are a little bit more expensive, but also a little bit more comfortable as well.
All right, next question. Sharon asks, and this might have been tailing off something that was said earlier. Mm-hmm. She says, "Is that true on the thumb pick? Also, flipping the opposite way?"
Oh, great. I'm glad Sharon, I'm really glad you mentioned that because a lot of times, again, what prevented me from asking about these tools when I was starting guitar was I just didn't know what the hell to do with them. I mean, if I was at my house and maybe I found some finger picks and thumb picks randomly, I could at least experiment. But doing it in front of a salesperson who you assume knows every answer under the sun is very intimidating. Yeah, it's true. Thumb picks, a lot of times folks think that you put them on like so. But it's actually not true. Your thumb, the pad of your thumb should be actually on the flat part of the thumb pick, with the blade turning parallel from your thumb, and that wrap nice and comfortable, kind of right over the cuticle of your thumb. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's true for the thumb pick as well. Just make sure that when you're trying thumb picks, your thumb pad is against the flat part of the pick. Then you'll know that it's on correctly.
All right, next question. Claudia asks, I hear about these fake fingernails that glue on for guitar players. What do you think of those? I think I heard James Taylor talk about them. Have you used those?
I have not personally used them. Whenever I say this out loud, I get really scared for like the next couple days. But I've been very fortunate to have extremely durable, quite hard fingernails. Even playing for a while, they don't seem to wear out. And I don't know what the cause is. Maybe it's my diet. I don't know. I had a bunch of Halloween candy last night, so maybe they're going to break soon. I don't know. So I've never tried the fake fingernails. I know that players like James Taylor have tried them. Khaki King is a big fan of the fake nails because she does a lot of intricate fingerstyle work. It certainly works for them, and it certainly it caters to a specific type of playing, kind of the almost the more dainty, right on the tips of your fingers kind of playing, that real delicate playing. But I've never had a chance to try them because I really, quite frankly, haven't needed to.
All right, so Tony, we're going to have another opportunity for questions.
Okay.
They kind of ran out there for the first round.
Okay.
But I thought we just had a comment from Fritz that I thought would play real nicely into.
Oh, you're going to give me an alley-oop, as they say.
An alley-oop. I'm setting it up for you.
All right.
So Fritz says he's on the fence with FretWiz. He's worried about missing lessons.
Sure.
If my crazy past 2 weeks is anything to gauge by.
Yeah.
And also, Tony, I think while Tony is answering this, I know there's some people like Sharon T and others who have made it through Fretboard Wizard. Maybe you guys could type in how you would answer that question.
Oh, yeah.
And then
He's already ahead of you.
Cool.
Already, yeah.
No, right on.
Awesome. Well, I'll give you my answer, and of course, I want you to. There's actually quite a few Fretboard Wizard alums here with us on the member hangout. I know David M, Sharon T, both those names stick out, and I know there was a bunch more, but they're escaping me right now, and I'm sorry. But as far as do I have the time? That's a super popular question because, well, quite frankly, life happens and sometimes things get in the way. But the beautiful thing about Fretboard Wizard, the interactive version of the course, is that you can take in those video lessons at any time once they're released. Okay, so for example, like this coming Monday, the first lesson will be released. Well, you don't have to take that in on a Monday. You can take that in whenever you want. You could take it in Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Friday afternoon, Tuesday mid-morning. I think I covered all the bases there. But it's a pre-recorded lesson, so that part you can take in at any point. So then the next question is, well, what about the live things? I really want to commit to this, and I want to get the most benefit I can. I just can't, noon on Wednesdays just doesn't work for me. Well, it doesn't work for a lot of people, and we realize that. So what we're doing is we're giving you the opportunity to ask any questions prior to the live hangout via the comments on the lesson. And then we're going to go ahead and record those live Q&A sessions and archive them within the course. So whenever you're ready to say, going at your own pace, you've taken the lesson, you've done the quiz, and you think, I got some questions still. You can go ahead and take in that pre-recorded, the recorded live Q&A, and then your question will likely be answered. Generally speaking, just judging from the last round of Fretboard Wizard, there was some common questions that kept coming up, and I expect the same from this round as well. And there's a lot of I call them convenient pieces of information that I place in the lessons so that I like to draw out the questions during the live Q&A. So live Q&As will be available for you. Of course, they'd be recorded and then archived within the lesson. And then, of course, on top of that, I'm always in the comments answering questions. Any questions that come through during the lessons, I'm all over those. So it's not, you'll still be able to get a ton out of the course, even if you have a limited time. And even beyond that, let's say, things just got crazy for you. You can always go back and look at the information. All of those resources will be there for you. And of course, I would also glean from the folks that have gone through it already. Speaking of the folks that have gone through it already, I just want to share a couple quick details about the Fretboard Wizard enrollment period, and that will end on Thursday, November 2nd. It's really important to know because we only open up this course 2 times a year. So that everybody can go through it together and we can do the live thing and all that. So keep that in mind. And then secondly, for the Fretboard Wizard alumni who want to come back through, who I encourage to come back through, please do so. All you have to do is log in, go to the Academy. You'll see a link for the Fretboard Wizard course, and just go ahead and click that link. If you're a Fretboard Wizard alumni, that's going to take you to the fall 2017 version, and you can participate in the challenges, live Q&As, the whole deal. You name it, you're an alum, so you can come on through and answer questions, ask questions, have more light bulb moments, you name it. The party's going to be happening for sure. So I know that was a long answer, Fritz, but I wanted to include some other details in there. But really, truly, it's a go at your own pace course. You're not going to miss anything. Everything that is live will be recorded and available to you after the fact. So hopefully that helps your decision making.
Yeah, some good stuff is coming in there, huh, Levi?
Oh, yeah. Really fantastic. Are you going to read some, Noah?
Yeah, why don't we go back and forth? You want to go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay. So, got that one. Okay. So Paul, I love his comment here. He says, dude, me too about FretWiz. Got shot down on the first pitch to the wife. I'm just going to go for it. It's not a short-term interest, right? He's like, I'm just going to ask for forgiveness.
Nice.
I think the assumptive close is at play there.
And actually, just keep going because it's kind of hard for me to switch back and forth as I do the little camera change.
I know you got like 5 screens over there and all that. Okay.
Leah, you guys are the best.
Randy, for Fretboard Wizard, he says, please carve out the time. It's the best thing I've done to date.
Awesome.
Chuck says, Fretboard Wiz is life-changing. Make time for it.
Oh, cool.
Arv, which I think it's Arv. I think Levi said
Arva. Yeah.
Is it Arva?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clarified on a much in the past.
Gotcha.
Live
session.
Yeah. Live.
Yes.
Thank you. If you can, do the Fretboard Wizard. It's all worth it. Awesome. Claudia says, Fretboard Wizard taught me more about guitar than anything else. Don't miss it. You can check in with it anytime. And the live Q&As are so good.
Awesome.
I really want to go into character on these and just do accents and all sorts of stuff. Okay, Aaron says, my answer to do I have time? Think of all the time you'll regret it for the rest of your life if you don't really dedicate yourself to your craft. I guarantee that it will be more time than FretWiz. And she says, strong defense of FretWiz. She says, y'all, we're a cult.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sharon says, I can honestly say you won't regret taking FretWiz. It is really jam-packed with so much information. That is why I'm doing it again. I know I missed stuff the first time. Kate says, FretWiz, it's an incredible eye-opener, especially for newbies. You'll love it. Bob says, absolutely worth the time and really get major benefits from spending the time on the quiz work. It is where the real learning happens. Takes time, but it's definitely worth it.
Awesome.
Kathy says, I'm at work and trying to watch without getting caught. Yikes.
That's dedication. That's the guitar geek dedication that
so
I'm trying
guys,
to cultivate.
I saw a little comment from Erin.
Yeah.
Her last name is pronounced Michelle, apparently.
It is?
Makes me wonder, are we even getting Erin right?
Maybe not.
But anyway.
Makes me wonder if I've gotten any name right that I've ever said.
Yeah, but remember what we just were reading yesterday? Even if you don't know how to pronounce, but you just say it confidently, everyone else will think that they're wrong.
Well, that's what I did with the
Even
scotch
the
that I
person
bought
whose
you.
name is incorrect. Wait, maybe I've been pronouncing it wrong.
The scotch that I purchased, Noah, you guys saw that yesterday on Acoustic Tuesday, is Auchentoshan?
Yes. It's
Auchentoshan?
Yeah.
Not Auchentoshan,
No.
like I thought it was. Quick correction, little editorial statement there. Do we have any more questions?
No, we've just been having fun and partying over here. So not yet. So
Okay,
you
okay.
can move on if you'd like.
Well, I'd like to. I do want to talk a little bit about. And please, if you guys, the two things actually before I do this next announcement, I've got actually a couple announcements. But if you have questions, go ahead and type in the comments. This is your time. If you have any questions about playing guitars, whatever the case may be. The current hockey season, the demise of the Blackhawks, rough start for the Hawks. Anyways, you can please put those comments or questions in right now. And also, if you have any small wins, just go ahead and put a hashtag small win and then type in your small win. We're going to get to announcing those and celebrating those here in a little bit. But I have an announcement that's really important because this month, you'll see on your practice plan outline that there's a 5-day bar chord challenge. It starts on November 13th. It's integrated with your practice plan, so it's going to be a whole week dedicated to bar chords. Sharon, I'm looking at you and smiling. The whole notion behind this is to strengthen. It's all about building strength in your hand on the two most basic bar chord shapes, the E shape and the A shape. And the whole week is dedicated to exercises around those two shapes and really getting good, clear bar chords. These aren't about speed, they're about clarity and just consistent bar chords. And the beautiful thing is that we're going to wrap up the 5-day bar chord challenge with a live Q&A. It's on Wednesday, November 22nd at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So as you go through that 5-day bar chord challenge, if questions come up, please leave them in the comments. I'll see those. But also write them down because I'd love for you to attend that live Q&A on the 5-day bar chord challenge because we can talk a little bit more in depth about maybe some of the problems that you had or, of course, celebrate some of the successes that you had as well. So that's only I've got to still give away a guitar, and I have a really special announcement about the Acoustic Tuesday show that you're totally not going to want to miss. So I'm chipping away at the announcements, but there's still more to come. But I want to, of course, give some room for questions here. So,
hey, actually, I have, since we were talking about Fretboard Wizard, I think we forgot to mention something really important. A lot of you might know this,
probably.
But if you maybe haven't read this anywhere, TAC members get a discount.
So, yeah, that is important.
Yeah, so it's just simple. When you are on the Fretboard Wizard information page and you click the orange enroll button, then that will take you to the checkout page. As long as you're logged in on that page, which it'll give you instructions, so you can just go there and it'll tell you what to do. But as soon as you're logged in, it'll actually show you a bright red member code, and it'll give you instructions on how to paste it in and get your TAC discount. So, yeah, you save $42.
That was a crucial piece that I left out, Levi.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, I have a list, and it's supposed to keep me on track. And, there's even notes on the list. I can't even read my own writing.
Noah's actually jotting down small wins. So
Dude,
if anybody...
they're rolling in.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
they are. Small wins are rolling in.
Fantastic.
Very cool month for small wins.
Oh, I have a small win. Well,
Okay.
It's more of a personal update. So you guys found out yesterday on Acoustic Tuesday that my first adult league hockey game was last night. False information. They actually moved it, which I was really bummed to hear about yesterday because I was all pumped up. They actually moved it to this weekend. It's going to be when is it going to be? I should probably know this. It's on Saturday at some point in time. So I'll, of course, keep you filled in on how that goes.
Didn't you have a party with your hockey peeps?
I did. It was fantastic. I got to meet the team. They all gave me a hard time about all the goals I'm going to probably let in. So that felt good. It felt good.
All right. What do we got next? We got a few more
Well,
questions.
if there's a questions, I'll go ahead and field a question or two.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get into the small wins, but let's roll out some questions here. All right. Gary says, I may have missed it, but what material Fingerpicks? Brass, stainless steel, plastic, something else?
So there's brass, actually stainless steel you brought up. There are stainless steel picks. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's an option. So brass, stainless steel, nickel silver, which is a softer alloy, and then plastic. Those are kind of I would say 3 basic, but there's 4 in there. The stainless steel ones are really cool. I haven't really had a chance for a lot of hands-on time with them, but judging by other stainless materials that I've used, like on slides and things like that, it's even a notch crisper than nickel silver, and I believe it is harder than nickel silver as well. So that's a great material addition.
All right. Michael asks, if I don't have long fingernails, should I be using Fingerpicks, or is it okay to try using just the pads of my fingers?
Totally okay to just use the pads. It's, you know, think of Fingerpicks as just another option. If you want that articulation, if you're trying some banjo-y things out, give them a shot. But by no means are they required. If you like the tone you're getting with just the pads of your fingers, keep rocking and rolling with those. They'll be fine.
All right. Buddy asks, what's your favorite beard product?
My favorite beard product. That's a great question. I just discovered these guys. It was through the artwork that they use. I got to be honest. But the product line that I like, shampoo, wax, balm, and oil, is it's called Grave Before Shave. Grave before shave. The artwork is what initially got me interested in the products, and upon purchasing the products, I'm on like my third or fourth round now. They're really good. Great scent, great natural scents, and good quality wax that actually holds the, what do they call them, flyaways? I don't know what the official term is.
Okay.
Grave before shave. That's my speed round answer.
All right. And Steven asks, can you show us how to hold a plectrum correctly? My index finger tends to brush the string sometimes, and I think my technique is off.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great question. So I'll go through kind of my quick. Here.
Yep.
Okay.
As close to you as you can, and then
I'm
it'll
trying
stay-
to
it'll
stay in the
focus.
focal range of the camera so you guys can get the most out of this. As far as your index finger brushing the strings, mine does often. In fact, a lot of times I'll have a kind of a string stain on my fingernail because it does brush the strings, which is totally okay. That's not a bad thing. However, if it's hindering your performance with the pick, then definitely something to look at. So what I like to pretend is that I'm holding a remote control, switching through, probably watching figure skating highlights from 1974 or maybe the bowling league tournament championships from 1989. Was my favorite year. Holding the remote control with the thumb up, ready to hit the button, and then kind of curling that index finger just a touch so you can see real distinctly the lines when you curl your index finger. Go ahead and place the flat part of the pick right on that front third of your index finger, and then as if you were pressing the button of a remote, go ahead and hold the thumb right on top of the pick. Now, the blade of the pick should be perpendicular to your thumb. It should be sticking straight out. And as far as approaching the strings, angle it down just a little bit. Think of your thumb as almost a toggle switch, almost like a...
Could you do the paper just right behind, like don't move your hand and then just put the paper right behind it?
So if you think
There
of
you
your
go.
thumb as like a toggle switch, on a downstroke with the pick, you're going to actually push down. I'm exaggerating here. It's just going to be a subtle push of the thumb. And then on the upstroke, you're going to actually relax the thumb and push up with the index finger. So it's kind of a push-pull. Push on the downstroke, pull on the upstroke. And generally, the reason we're doing this is to get kind of an angled approach to the string. That's going to soften the attack. It's also going to allow us to follow through with the pick much more smoothly, and get much better tone, and ultimately have control over the pick. So again, just have that kind of pick sitting on that pad of your finger, the front third of your index finger, and then plop your thumb right on top of that. And one special note here, you'll see that first line of my index finger, the pick is kind of cradled in that line, and that actually helps it stop from spinning, which is a pretty common problem with the flat pick. So that's the way I use the flat pick and the way that I hold it. As a TAC member, you'll have access to the Tony's Acoustic Challenge Academy, and there's a course in there called the Wogie Workshop, which is based off my live webinar that I do online, and that will actually show you how to hold a pick. The camera's a little bit more detailed, probably a touch more detailed than what I did here, and it goes through step by step. There's also within the TAC Academy, specifically the Flat Picking 101 course, starts off with holding the pick. So there's 2 opportunities in the Academy to kind of further that discussion a little bit if you want to really dig in deep.
Kate wants to know if the toggle works with the thumb pick also.
Yes. I use an angled thumb pick. I like these Zuki's thumb picks. I highlighted this in an Acoustic Tuesday episode. And the blade, I'm going to pull this back here. The blade of the Zuki's is actually angled a touch. This might not show up that well.
It's better without.
So it kind of actually takes away the need to do a toggle. And actually with the thumb, since I'm not doing any upstrokes with the thumb, unless I'm holding it like a flat pick, I don't really think about the toggle piece with holding a thumb pick. It's more just a downstroke. So that's a great question. If you are using the thumb pick in the manner that you would a flat pick, then that toggle would definitely be in effect for sure.
Okay, we got a double question coming in about the Jamboree.
A double question of the Jamboree.
Yes.
I'm ready.
So first of all, what are the dates for the Jamboree? If you look on the wall calendar over there, they're boxed in, bottom right there down in
June? I hope you can see it because
I can go try to look.
The
I can
lights
see 'em.
are.
I can
Oh
see
no,
'em.
no, I see it. I see it. Okay.
I think we're thinking 1 week before what we did in 2017 because.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, is that 2017 or is that?
That's 2017.
We're looking for 2018.
Oh wait, it's 2018. Yeah.
We don't. Is that the right? Wait a minute. Sorry.
Yeah.
June 21st, 22nd, and 23rd are the tentative dates for the 2018 TAC Jamboree. And we will certainly, as we get through the holiday season, be refining those. The folks down at Bucks get a little busy during this time. So we'll make sure that we announce the actual dates, but tentatively the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
And we're looking at potentially a Bozeman venue, but we might not be able to do that this year.
Yeah.
But if we can, that might mean we have to switch dates. So that's why those are tentative and all that stuff.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things, as Levi mentioned, trying to get it a little bit more Bozeman centric, but a couple of calls that are still yet to be returned. So hopefully we'll get more details, but tentatively 21st, 22nd, 23rd, definitely in June. At least we've got the month narrowed down. And hopefully I do better on this next question because that was not good performance.
Well, Aaron asks, why are flights to Bozeman so stinking expensive?
I can try my best. You guys can chime in. The Bozeman airport is really awesome, and it's awesome because it's really small. Literally, if you have a flight at 10 o'clock and you are boarding at, say, 10:30, you could almost show up at 9 o'clock and just go right through, get checked out, and away you go. The security people are always super nice, and boarding and getting your luggage is always super easy. But with the small airport comes, of course, a little bit higher cost. That's my best explanation. Did I do okay?
Yeah, but I have to say something. Yeah. Anyway, that's great, Tony. I read something funny and I got to know. So Honey says, just not the weekend after, please. It's my kids' birthdays. And then Aaron says, Honey, they have birthdays every year, though. but then who was it? Oh, it was Ian who said he's got Foo Fighter tickets that weekend.
Oh.
So I'll give you a pass on that. That's cool. That's fine.
Well, I mean, Honey, I have seen you practice around your kids, and you do a great job of staying composed and ultra patient. Well. So, I mean, if you want to bring them, go ahead. No.
So it looks like we're running out of time.
Yeah, we need to move on.
All right.
Yeah.
I got that gentle nudge. Do you guys want me to do an announcement? Do you want a speed round? Do you want me to give away a guitar? What do you want me to do?
My vote is I think we're due for a round of small wins because Noah might not be able to get to all on the list. So maybe take a round of there, an announcement, a giveaway, a speed round.
We've all had a copious amount of coffee this morning. So thank you for bearing with us.
All right. Do I get my little small wins intro?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
All right, Gina. Molly Tuttle's tickets for my birthday.
Oh, stellar.
Vic, a small group of California attackers are getting together for the Taylor Factory Tour this Friday.
Super cool.
Stellar.
Hey, you guys make sure to get some pictures and maybe even a video for us.
Yes.
That would be so awesome.
Yes. Steven, Got a mate to join TAC. Now there are 2 of us in the office.
Stellar.
Very cool.
Tony, I know you're going to want to say stuff, but I'm going to rattle through these.
Okay,
and
I'm
then
going to just...
leave them all for the end.
Okay.
Okay. Pete,
Speed round. Small win. Speed round.
Pete, playing again slowly after hand surgery. John, great ticks to Iron and Wine next week.
You're going to love it. You're
Aaron,
going to love it.
Tony, stop. Aaron, the community helped me with a walk-up from G to the CAD 9 that ended up on my demo. I love our community.
That's
Awesome.
Cool.
Huge
Sorry,
win.
no, but that's cool.
All right, if I say this right, Bray C52, small win. I got my granddaughter interested in playing guitar again.
Stellar.
Cafe Buyers, I crossed over and bought a bottle of Heaven Hill Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Yes.
David,
That's a small one for me.
David S. finally got around to posting video of new odd instrument. That's not surprising. He's awesome at those odd instruments. Kate, I finally changed my own strings. Hubby has been doing it for me for years.
Cool.
Hell yes. That's a great win.
Yikes, Cerrone. Small win. Tony's info on alternate picking helped me in nailing the intro to Greg Lakes from the beginning. Sounds great on a 12-string and much appreciated.
Nice work.
Robert finished the foundational 5, ready for fretboard wizard.
Stellar.
Cool.
Ian signed in every day last month, bar 1, else it would have been a big win.
Amazing.
Oh, man.
Julie signed up for fretboard wizard.
Nice. Can't wait to see you in there.
Buddy, I finished my first month of daily practice. Nice. Hashtag just do it. Lots of progress.
Nice.
PB Santos got a broad sampling of electric guitars at Dave H's last week. Starting to see why people love them.
Nice.
We'll forgive you for that.
What?
Donna, so excited that my original song, The Ballad of Joe Kane, is out today. I will share it and put the free download link in the forum.
Awesome.
Can't wait to hear it.
Oh yeah, and Susan Small win, November 11th, Jam in Connecticut. All are welcome.
Oh, fantastic.
And
Nice.
also, we need pictures and maybe a video.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta start throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Pictures and
Yeah.
videos.
Any TAC member get-togethers really need to be documented. Just mainly for the shenanigans that occur. But seriously, for you guys getting together, that is outstanding. Now I have to let out all my comments. For you guys getting together, please document it and share it with us, because in an awesome way, it's like we see that and it just connects us even more. I just love it, especially when we did the TAC East and TAC West just a couple months ago. That was just so cool to see the pictures and be a part of those. Iron and Wine, you're going to love the show. I hope John Moreland is on that show with Iron and Wine. It's so cool. I saw him. Whitney and I went last month. They played in Missoula, and it was really it was a stunning show. You're going to love it. Thank you for sharing your small wins, everybody. Seriously, that's outstanding. It was difficult to not just jump in on every
You guys
single
did
one.
anyway.
I know.
I couldn't hold you back. You just had to throw some stuff in.
So announcements? You want to do some announcements? Okay.
Yes, I have a quick announcement that is actually huge. So the Acoustic Tuesday show, we just had episode 10. Absolutely, I mean, we're having a ball. And judging by the comments, everybody else is enjoying it as well, making new discoveries, having light bulb moments, sharing small wins, the whole deal. It's just truly an acoustic guitar geek fest. So first things first, if you have not watched the Acoustic Tuesday show, please do so. There's 10 episodes out there on YouTube for you to pick from. I recommend starting at 1 and watching them all through till 10.
I have a power tip.
A power tip.
Yeah, so if you go to the TAC community, so if you log in, I'm assuming most of you found your way there, but you just click on community.
Oh, yeah.
On the member homepage. It takes you over to the new member community, and if you look under, it's kind of hidden right now, just not to distract you, but if you look under the forum tab, there's a new link in there that says Acoustic Tuesday, and if you click on that, it gives you the entire archive all in one spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
that is a pro. Did you call that a power tip or a pro tip?
It's a pro tip that's powerful.
So make sure you binge watch Acoustic Tuesday, and if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because that will ensure that you don't miss one. And of course, following Levi's instructions on his powerful pro tip. And
on that page, if you just click the follow button in the upper right of the Acoustic Tuesday page, it'll just give you an alert in the community every time we post a new episode.
Man,
all kinds of power pro.
What else you got for us, Levi? And then, of course, this is the really big thing. just because, we, the three of us, Leah and myself,
You got to stop.
we want.
Yeah, because I don't even think that's an. I don't even understand it really. Anyway,
It's
continue,
Levi
continue.
and Noah. Leah.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyways, we know that you want us with you at all times. In your car, just hanging out at home. So we've decided that the Acoustic Tuesday show needs to be a podcast. And on Thanksgiving of this year, which I know it's a Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's ironic.
Fourth Thursday
but
every November.
We are launching the Acoustic Tuesday podcast. Available to you. You can download it, and there's a whole bunch of new and more exciting announcements that go along with that I can't quite shed any light on yet. But let's just say that Acoustic Tuesday is going to reach a whole new level of guitar geekiness with the help of some other guitar geeks.
Yeah.
Can I say other guitar geeks?
You could say that.
Is that vague enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can help us. We kind of need your help because to do a good job of launching a podcast and to like get it on the new and noteworthy section for the first couple of weeks, we need a bunch of reviews and stuff.
It's true.
So we'll tell you all about that, but we're pumped.
Yeah.
We're pumped about the launch, as they call it.
Yeah. The launch. The launch into the stratosphere of acoustic guitar geekdom. That's what I'm talking about. Speaking of guitar geekdom, guys,
Yes.
I know you guys just want to hang out and chat and have coffee talk, which
Sure.
I'm totally game for, but there's a lot of people that are waiting for us to give away a guitar.
It's true. And a hangout code.
You're good, Noah.
Yeah.
You're really good with the details. So I think at this point in time, I'm going to give away a guitar.
Okay.
I'm taking the reins right now. What I'm going to do is throw a dart at the beautiful faces on the dartboard right now. Those are the faces of people who have completed October's practice plan in its entirety. What do you have to do to complete the practice plan? Well, you have to spend 10 focus minutes on each exercise of that month. You don't have to master it. You don't have to play it at a certain tempo. You just have to spend your 10 focus minutes on each exercise. The people on the board, those are the people that have done so, and I'm about to throw a dart at them to pick the winner of a GS Mini. So without further ado, I'm going to play some darts. See how programmed I am?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, hold on.
Let's play some darts.
I'm going to go to the dart cam.
Okay.
And we are now ready for your shot. Make sure to hit the board, though.
Yeah.
Oh, solid.
Get my
solid.
marker. Hold on.
Okay. What are you doing?
I thought I had a marker in here. I'll just use my pen.
Okay.
I want to circle the individual. I'll circle it before I remove the dart.
You know, I have to say, David threw out, instead of Leah, maybe we could do a Novi or Novi. That's pretty good.
You guys are good.
Can you guys find the winner on Noah's computer so we can watch you? Or?
No, but next time. We'll do that next time.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't put. Yeah, I pulled up. Sorry. Ouch. I'm a little sore today because I biked into work. I got to tell you, today's the first significant snowfall that we've experienced. So upon me biking to the studio, my beard accumulated an obscene amount of snow. I'm talking like it was like a swinging popsicle from my face, and it really made me think twice about my attire. I wasn't dressed for the conditions. It was interesting.
So while we're waiting for Noah,
I got it. I just want to double check one thing.
while we're waiting for Noah to double check, I'm just curious. I know because we kind of asked this on the forum, so it sounds like there aren't that many people who are a fan of podcasts. Is that true? Can you maybe leave a comment for us and tell us if you're down with podcasts or if you're not really sure what they are, because we might help you get an understanding of them. They're cool.
They're
information
cool.
in your ears.
It's
while you
Levi's
drive.
fault. It's Levi's fault that I'm into podcasts.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I never did it before, and then Levi's like, "Oh, you should check this out."
Well, you got a net.
Yeah, no extra time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I'm ready.
Noah?
Yes. Brrrn. And the winner is, and this is cool, Andrej, if that's how you
Andrej.
pronounce it, from the Czech Republic.
Oh, dude, this is outstanding. Do we have claps going?
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Zul sends his guitar.
All right. I hope your camera's on. It's not, is it?
No.
I'll try and narrate, explain what just happened. Levi was clapping and doing some sort of dance move that I'd never seen in my life that I'm hoping he can show me. Congratulations. That's outstanding. And congratulations to everybody who finished the practice plan for October. That in and of itself is an enormous win, and I want to thank you for doing that. And of course, you should thank yourself for taking the time out to actually just commit to that 10 focused minutes. That's pretty darn awesome. Noah, do we have anything? I know we have the activity code. I know that we have that.
We do have
Is there
that?
any other small wins or lingering questions that I need to address? Beard products?
No,
No?
we're pretty good. Everybody's awesome at just supporting every single time, man. Everybody's just like so happy for the winner each month.
That's
And
outstanding.
that's cool. George does ask if Levi or I jam with you at all. That was a question.
I think they're scared of me.
This topic has come up,
I know.
and it's so weird. It's so weird that we have never actually donned instruments together in the same room.
It's true. It's true. Although I will say that Noah often asks.
Do I?
Noah often asks, and I'm like, I just got to get this one more thing done.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
No, you
So
said
it's-
you were going to bring your bass in like 3 days ago. Did that happen or no? Did you?
No.
Okay. Okay, we're getting closer. The resistance is lessening. So I actually see there are a ton of people that say, I'm so down with podcasts.
Awesome.
But there are a couple people who are like, what is a podcast?
Oh, man.
Do you want to take a stab at that, Tony?
I'll
I'll take a stab and then you do a better job after I
I'm
do a
sure
bad
that
job?
you'll cover it just fine.
So the one question is, what's a podcast compared to what we're watching right now? So, talking about Acoustic Tuesday, that's a video on YouTube right now. It's kind of like what you're watching literally as we talk. So a podcast is audio only, or most podcasts are audio only, and you can get them through various apps, for your phone. So if you have an iPhone or are an Apple computer fan, you would go to the iTunes store and go to the podcast section and search for that podcast and download it. Most people get it on their phone, so there's a podcast app that comes with your phone, but you can download. It's just called Podcast. Go to the App Store, download that app, and then search. It's not on there yet, but when we launch it, you would search for Acoustic Tuesday. And then every time a new episode comes out, it automatically goes to your phone, and you listen to it in your ears while you're driving or while you're doing other things. What else could you do while doing the dishes?
The
What else could
dishes.
you
Oh
do?
yeah,
Cleaning the house?
that's what I do.
Clean
I
the
listen to podcasts and I clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mowing the lawn, although you need a quiet lawnmower or good headphones.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So hopefully that clears it up.
Levi, that was a great explanation.
Yeah. It's like
Can I read the official
it's like
definition?
NPR. It's like NPR.
Yeah.
It's like that's a podcast. That's probably one of the
Oh,
top
yeah,
podcasts.
yeah.
Actually.
Can I read the official definition?
Okay, go ahead. No.
Thank you. Okay. Podcast, a digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device, typically available as a series, new installments of which can be received by subscribers automatically.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
That was really
It's
intense.
essentially a radio show, really,
Yeah.
if you were to compare it to something that we're all familiar with. So,
Cool.
all right.
Awesome. Well, I should give everybody an activity code.
Do it.
Because I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing your time with us today. You guys are what make this show. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your small wins. Thank you for all the interaction, all the support. The Tony's Acoustic Challenge community is really top notch, and I've never seen anything like it. It's just guitar geek awesomeness in one spot. So I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I want to give you a bunch of points. So I want you to go to TonyPolicastro.com, click on the live link, and then in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see a spot where you can submit. Type in an activity code. So go ahead and type in the activity code ZOMBIE. See what I did? Halloween just passed. So your activity code for today is ZOMBIE, ZOMBIE, no capital letters, all lowercase, and you will get a handful of points once you submit that on that page. And again, just from all of us here, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. I know that you might be watching at work. You might be having a lazy morning. Noah apparently knows something that I don't know.
Erin is really relying on our ability to be confident that she's joking. Either that or she's dead serious. She says, Noah really has a face for radio.
Thanks.
That was a heartfelt thanks. And truly, seriously, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being such supportive members of the Tony's Acoustic Challenge community and just sharing the Guitar Geek love. So from us, thank you so much. Have a great rest of the month, week, rest of the day. Whatever you're having, just make it be awesome. And we'll see you next month on the monthly member hangout for monthly hangout number 41. It's really getting crazy. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys on the lessons. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. See you later.